guys, welcome back to my channel Reality TV Africa, where we talk about everything reality TV in Africa. And over here guys, I will always say this, we love everything reality TV. Okay, so let's get into it. This review is about the Real Houses of Durban season 4 reunion part 2. And I'm just gonna get right into it, guys. I usually give a rating, so my rating for this episode is, so my rating for this episode is a 9 out of 10, and I'll tell you a bit later why I removed the 1 point. I feel like the episode was rather long, 1 hour long. They got through a lot of stuff, but there's some things they missed out on. And I'll tell you what they were at the very end, at the tail end of my review. I'm going to try and keep it as short as possible because, guys, I don't want it to be a whole other episode you're watching, like an hour-long review. I'm just going to talk about my highlights for the episode and what stood out to me and why. Start with Neil. Neil is on the stage. He's adorned in his Greek, look and feel. I guess he's matching the vibe of his bestie, Maria. He is her stylist and her makeup artist. So they came in that Greek, Greek look and feel, look themed attire, and yeah, he looked the part. He looked okay, but Blair barely got 2 words in when Neil interrupted him and quickly apologized to Sisha. That apology was giving Didi. Okay, it was just, it didn't have a really reason why he was apologizing. Well, he did say who he's apologizing to, Sisha, but he did not really say why or what he was apologizing for, and quickly ran off the stage and told the ladies, sayonara, I'll see you guys at home. And we were all left like, even Mabler was gobsmacked. He was like, what's going on? Anyway, they pushed right through. They pushed right through. Angel, they got to talking about Angel and why Maria was seeing her as a liar. And Angel was like, look guys, the one thing you're not gonna call me is a pathological liar. Yes, I exaggerated the truth. I did not know Maria for 6 months at the time. But calling me a pathological liar, not cool. Secondly, why would you call me or say or claim that I'm on crack? Do you understand what that means for me as a business lady, as a social media influencer? I felt like that bit was unnecessary, only because when you say on crack, who takes crack anymore? I mean, I got where Maria was coming from with that dig, but I think like Angel was trying to push the narrative of, you are damaging my brand, my name, and what I stand for. Meh, I think it was neither here nor there. Also, Slee came in this reunion and this part 2, giving a mature vibe. She was very clear when she was speaking, and I liked the clarity that she came in with this reunion. Even in some sections she was agreeing with people from the other side of the divide, like when Maria called out Angel on the fact that she'll apologize and go back and repeat an action or be messy or whatever the case. And Slee was like, yes, I do agree with Maria in that sense that, yeah, Angel will apologize and then go back and do some mess. So I like the fact that some of the ladies, in as much as they're on 2 different sides of the conversation or the friend groups, they were coming to sometimes a common ground. And we saw that even at the very end. Yeah, what I also noticed is the fact that generally Angel and Maria were willing to move forward with their friendship. And this is where I'll insert the puppet master conversation. Look, during my reviews, if you guys have been watching most of my YouTube reviews, I had always been saying that the divide and the biggest, push and pull is between the 2 OGs, Sisha and Nonku. But when it comes to the puppet master conversation, I am going to give my opinion. In the group where there's Sisha, Slee, Amy, and Angel, Sisha is definitely the one who's pulling the strings there. She's the one who's like, the head honcho. She's the mother of the group on that side. On this other side, I feel like Jojo controls the temperature. She kind of, decides who do we like, who don't we like. And Jojo has been very clear about the fact that she likes Angel, which is why I feel like Maria had came into this reunion willing to move forward with Angel. Yes, they hashed things out. Yes, they talked about everything that was, coming in between, what all the beef that they had during the season. But Maria and Angel as well were willing to, just put that to the side and move forward. They weren't dwelling on their issues. That's what I felt. Zama, I don't know, at some point Mable questioned her about what she thinks about, if she can correct Maria, in the sense that Maria was wrong when she called, she instigated and triggered Angel by calling her child who needs a pacifier, which triggered back, which made Angel in turn hit back and, hit at Maria's lips, and then that whole kerfuffle happened at the getaway. Mable asked Zama, what do you think of that? Would you call out your friend Maria and tell her she's wrong? And Zama was like, look, in that moment I wasn't really like about who's wrong was right. I was just seeing my friend being attacked, and I was just helping protect her. But it's like, look, let's be adults. You did see like how it all went down. Would you tell her? She's like, and for me, okay, Zama will never agree with Angel, okay? Let's just leave it at that. I mean, she'll never be on any side that Angel is on. They just do not like each other, and it's very evident. So I felt like that line of questioning was pointless. It didn't really land. And Zama was clear, I don't F with Angel, no matter what. Even in her response was just like, let's keep it moving, Let's keep it moving. And yeah, the issue of blind loyalty was very clear. She's gonna be loyal to her crew, and it was obvious that no matter what, whether Maria was wrong. But one thing I'll say is Jojo was open about the fact that yes, I have blind loyalty for my crew, but when we are on our own in private, I correct them. That came to Nonku. I don't know if that's the case. We're yet to be proven right or wrong, but I don't know. Yeah, for most of this reunion, Amy was so quiet. I'm like, God, the only time she got a word in was when they were discussing and I'm calling it this for the rest of this review, eggplant riding gate. Okay, at this point is when I realized Maria is hell-bent on beefing with Sorisha for whatever reason, because Amy was even like, I don't even know why Maria is pissed at Sorisha. I'm the one who said that stuff. You should be pissed at me. And Amy was very willing to apologize. She did apologize, and yeah, but it's very evident to me that Maria came into this group and to this thing wanting to beef with Sorisha. Maybe some people advised her, whoever her friends are, before she joined the show, told her, look, the best way you're going to have staying power is beef with an OG. And I feel that's what she did, because even Jojo actually called it out last reunion, though she played amnesia this reunion. She said, Maria, when you came into this group and you did not like Sorisha from day one. She called her out. So we know that Maria is moving kind of funny. We even got to discuss what was that? That polygraph test, which to me was like, even then when we watched it, I was like, we didn't even get to see the questions being asked. So how would we even know if she passed or not, or if it was fabricated? Like, guys, it was kind of pointless. Well, the reason Maria did it is to, just demystify the whole thing between her and Neil having any sexual anything, and that they're just friends for the sake of her son and whatever. But to me, we didn't even really get to know, like, what were the questions, and let's see the thing zigzagging and saying that, you get what I mean. Anyway, besides the point. Yeah, and then we see them discuss that whole issue of Neil, I want to say eggplant riding gate when they were at the dinner at the getaway. And this is now where it's so evident to me that Maria is just beefing with Sorisha for the sake of beefing with her. Literally, she was, like, oh, I was asking a question, and Mabel is like, yes, you were asking a question, and Sorisha answered you. Even Zama, who's supposed to be on her side, was like, you asked a question, and that's the answer. She was just clarifying for you that that's who we are talking about. And we're not talking about some fictitious other man that you're seeing out there in the universe. And, for Amy even, she was like, look, it was a harmless remark. I didn't think it should be taken so heavy. We all know, she didn't say it in the moment, but in our heads, we all know that Neil is gay. So it was just a dig. It wasn't like meant to say you and him have a sexual anything. Anyways, and I think even the reason Amy was very willing to apologize was because the reason Maria gave of being hurt by that comment is because of her son, and her son is close with Neil. So when the kids kind of come into the picture, and Amy is very all about her kids, I think she saw where Maria was coming from. I was like, I'm sorry, and I like that theirs was not that deep. Honestly, it really wasn't. Yes. Then we got to the whole there was a moment where Sorisha and Jojo kind of faced off, and Mable asked, why aren't you guys cool anymore? Even when we started this season, you guys were cool. Now you're not cool. And Sorisha gives this explanation about last season when they had gone on their trip, and this is off-camera stuff, right? And Jojo went off on a cameraman when he asked her to sit in a certain position. And I'll be honest, guys, it felt to me like Sorisha was insinuating that that Jojo is prejudiced. This is what I'm picturing. I know the production house is white folk, okay? But I'm sure the people who work, on set, these Africans is black people. I'm tending to believe that the reason Sorisha brought this up is because that cameraman might be a black person, and she wants to, allude to the fact that Jojo is prejudiced. That's what it was giving to me when she said that. Even the fact that she said, oh, in Namibia, their crew, the Jokumaza, that's what they're calling themselves these days, were rude to the drivers, and the owner of the driving company was saying that he preferred to drive, or rather his people preferred to drive Sorisha and her crew rather than Jokumaza. Yes, sorry guys, that's what it's called. That's what they're calling themselves. And I was like, okay, it's subjective at this point because we don't know, we don't have proof of that. We don't know if it's true. Even this said cameraman, this is just my speculation about his race. He may not be, but that's what he was giving in the moment, When she said, Joji is one way on camera and another way off camera, I was like, what are you trying to say, sis? Say it. Just say it, Now, the puppet master conversation. Look, this unseen footage between Sane and Sorisha was golden. Gold, guys. Gold. It told me everything about the puppet masters, okay? It's not just one. Guys, hear me out. I said in the beginning, if you've been watching until this point, I said I feel like Sorisha is moving the chessboards on her side, and on this other side, Jojo is controlling the temperature of her group. Now, it was very evident from I don't care about when the messages were sent, what messages were sent, who did what. What was very clear to me is the fact that these two women, Sorisha and Jojo, first, they are very, very wealthy. Okay. Sorisha is wealthy, honey. She's long money, honey. She's generational wealthy, honey, okay? And Calvin and Jojo are well-to-do. Jojo is well set up. She lives a very comfortable life. She doesn't hide the fact that she's baby girled to death by her hubby. And girl, Don't we all wish we could have that? But the fact that these two women have now been accused of buying stuff for their friends is very evident that for me it's giving manipulative, for me it's giving controlling, for me it's giving I'm buying your friendship. Okay? Maria did call out Sorisha. She shaded Slee actually and said, Slee is there because she's friends with Sorisha because she's being bought bags by Sorisha. And it came out in this footage where Sane was bought for a pair of shoes and bag by Jojo, and Mabusi too was bought for a bag by Jojo. So for me, those are the two puppet masters. I've called it like it is. That's just my observation. But guys, I want to hear what you guys think. Comment below. Tell me, am I on the money or am I just, coming up with my own theories? Because, hey, this is my channel, so I come up with my own theories. But I want to hear yours too, Let's kiki. Tell me what you think. Now, when we see Sorisha getting riled up, that for me was, whoa, it was heavy. I mean, for me, even the way Neil came in there, quickly apologized and ran off. And Sorisha now at this point is upset and she's like, you people, I think she even talked about how, I think Neil, is it? Yes, this is when she was clarifying how she knows Neil, where she knows Neil from, and what her history is with Neil. And basically, Neil has been also talking ill about, Sorisha's husband's business, the mall. Ocean's Mall is a big mall which he owns, he built. And something about the workers not being paid. I'm guessing this is when it was under construction. I'm not sure because it wasn't clarified. But you see, those are the kind of things that can get you sued, baby. And if you're getting sued by a billionaire, you better have your money right, which is why I think they were also freaked out. And I want to know what these threats were. I want to know what this intimidation was, because it felt like it was coming from Sorisha to Jokumaza. Well, I don't know about Za, but Jokuma. Jo and Ku. No. Anyways, you get what I mean. You get what I mean, right? It felt really heavy when she walked off. I could see she was really hurt. I've never seen Sorisha like that. I've never seen Sorisha get out of her, like frazzled or even pissed off, I mean, that scene for me was rather quite heavy. I mean, seeing Sorisha get like that, she was literally sobbing as she ran off. Slee tried to follow her, but I think they didn't show us everything. I think at that point, Sorisha was like, I am done, I'm out, I'm not going back to that stage, I'm over it. And even as she was, walking off and removing her shoes, and of course, because those shoes are really high, and you want to get away from there as fast as possible, so you want to take your shoes off. And you could see Maria scrambling to, apologize. Sorisha, I'm sorry. And I'm like, now you're sorry. So when you're seeing like she's done is when you're sorry. Wow, how rich. Slee tried to, follow her friend, but I think they didn't, dwell on it, because I think at that point Sorisha was completely done. And we see Slee. Slee was very clear-minded, like I said, in this reunion. She said her piece. She talked on behalf of Sorisha. She said you guys were ganging up on her. You were over-talking her. You weren't hearing her out, and I don't think it's fair. The things you guys have said are really unfair. And I was like, wow. I was so proud of Slee in this moment for some reason. I was like, yeah, say it, girl. Say it for your friend. Say it with your chest, And you could see the rest were kind of freaked out, especially because nobody has ever seen Sorisha like that. Even the host, everyone was like, whoa. What really was kind of getting irritating to me, and it was a running theme with Maria, she kept over-talking. She kept comparing apples to oranges. Like, how are you comparing your eggplant emoji riding gate situation to Sorisha being called a slut, a home wrecker, And that's what Slee was like, you cannot compare the two. I mean, stop it. And she kept doing that. That was a running thing. There's another point earlier, she kept comparing that same situation of the eggplant emoji riding situation with other things. Like, Like, girl, let it rest. I don't know. Maria just came in with that one defense and that one argument and over talking and over shouting everybody. It was annoying me a bit, but anyway, I guess she wanted to get her word in and didn't care for anyone else's opinion. I like that Mabler also asked Maria, what do you think, because people had been coming on Twitter and saying Neil is a bit too aggressive with the ladies. Look, I would have loved to see Neil answer this question for himself, but since he was not there, who's his next bestie? Maria had to take, she had to take that question on and give her opinion, and clearly you could see she was on the hot seat on his behalf. She was uncomfortable, but she agreed with the fact that yes, Neil came in a bit aggressive, and Angel was there like, could be or 100% is. Anyways, Maria tried her best to, balance that question without really damaging her friendship with Neil. But yes, I wish Neil was there to answer for himself, because yeah, he was coming on a bit strong with the ladies at some point, and Mabler, compared, in as much as you're gay, it doesn't give you're not a lady, you're not a woman. At the end of the day, you're a man. You cannot talk to or come at a woman in a certain threatening-ish, aggressive way. Just hold your cool. That's what I agree in that sense. So, and I said this before, Angel was so mature. She had the presence of mind to be like, look guys, that fight between me and Maria at the end of that trip was pointless, it was childish, it was unnecessary, we had rapped. And yeah, I quite frankly agree, because in my mind I'm like, okay, fine, Maria called you guys the B word. It didn't warrant that kind of a reaction, if you ask me. Both of them overreacted and magnified that thing into something that it wasn't, honestly, and it didn't have to end like that, and everybody agreed. The one thing that I was so happy to see was Mabler did a fantastic job of showing these women how toxic they really are, and how things, like, he put up a mirror to their faces and go like, you guys are literally, all of you are doing the same thing to each other, and there's a huge divide in the group, and you guys need to acknowledge the fact that you're all, like, loyal to a fault. You'll defend, blindly. And they all agreed to it. They all cop to it. They all cop to the fact that they're toxic and the divide is not okay, and something needs to change in the group. Honestly, going into the next season, we need to see a big change or a shake-up of some sort, and that means new cast. Some people need to go, because we can't go into next season with that. And I felt that even at the end of the finale, even Jojo was like, this is not working for me. If this is how friendships are, Jojo was like, even at the reunion, she's like, let's at least be cordial. She was very clear about the fact that she wants to be friends with Angel. And yeah, the things that for me made the points less is the fact that Zama, Amy, and Angel sort of were very vacant. They were barely there. They barely said a word during this reunion. I guess maybe part 2 was for the OGs to kind of resolve their stuff. And also, we didn't get to see or hear about, Slee's storyline, which was her, her father. It was a big part of her storyline. We didn't get to, find out where they are at right now with her dad. Is there any progress in that relationship? That's pretty much what didn't, work for me during this reunion. But guys, that's it for Durban for now. And yeah, we'll definitely be reviewing, it's called what? Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip, which is coming next week, Monday. And is it Monday? When is 27th? Sorry guys, I may have misspoke, but I think it's Monday or Tuesday. And Nairobi Housewives is still on, and I'm always gonna be talking about that until we're done. And what else? Mummy Club, we wrapped that. So did we? No, Mummy Club reunion is coming up, so I'll definitely be reviewing that when they air it. And the first part is gonna be on the 10th of June. So keep it here, guys. Me, I'm always here, coming through with my reviews, my recaps, my thoughts, everything reality TV, baby. Okay. So I'll sign off right now, and I'll see you in the next review. Bye.